And welcome to the Emirates Golf Club. Thanks so much indeed for all those that are joining us live down here at the moment and all of those joining us live online. This one is going out via various social media streams around the globe at the moment, so a big hello to all our international audience who are tuning in. And of course, all of you who have stayed around after round two of the Amiga Dubai Desert Classic. Have you enjoyed the day of the golf? Are you looking forward to our very special Amiga Constellation Clinic? Who are you here to see? We have got three huge stars of their fields waiting in the wings. It is time now to introduce them up here onto stage. So please, please, please give them a big UAE, a big Dubai welcome. We start with American professional golfer, social media sensation, an online influencer, and the first ever female official starter on the European Tour. Please welcome the one and only Paige Spiranac. Paige, great to have you here with us this evening. Are you enjoying the Dubai? Are you enjoying Dubai? Are you enjoying the tournament?
Yeah, I love it here. It's my third year here, and it feels like home.
Great to have you with us here. You're going to show us how it's all done during the Constellation Clinic, and we've got some rather special students waiting in the wings. None more so than our next guest, who is coming up here to, I'm sure, rapturous applause from you all. Where do I start? Singer, songwriter. Wait. Original member of One Direction, a very good golfer. 38.4 million Twitter followers, 20.3 million Instagram followers. A few more tonight. Please welcome the one and only Niall Horan. In for you, enjoying your stay.
Yeah, really enjoying it. It's good to be here. It's been a while since I've been here. But it's been a great week so far, and I'm looking forward. Well, I don't know if I'm looking forward to this, but we'll see what happens.
Professionally, things are going extraordinarily well.
Yeah.
New album out for you at the moment, but we want to talk golf. How's your golf game at the moment?
It's all right. Rory will tell you a little bit more about it in a second. He's shaking his head in agreement, but yeah, I played well and all right in the Pro-Am the other day. Thank God we're on a range and not on a putting green, but yeah, it's all right. It's good.
Listen, you know that man better than I do, so
Indeed.
I'm going to take a step back if that's all right. I'm not avoiding my responsibilities, but maybe you could do us the honour of introducing your good friend, Rory McIlroy.
I will do. Ladies and gentlemen, good friend of mine and one of the world's top golfers, and high up the leaderboard again this week at the Dubai Desert Classic, Rory McIlroy.
Great to have you with us. Rory McIlroy is with us here.
Thank you.
Listen, day two of the tournament. Obviously a little bit frustrated. You couldn't get through round two today. How's that course playing out there at the moment?
Yeah, it's playing well. Can't believe how good the scoring is. It really is. I think the cut's going to be 5 under par, which is probably the lowest cut ever on the European Tour. Definitely the lowest cut ever here. So I've got a bit of work to do to try and get myself up the leaderboard in the morning. But yeah, all good so far.
The game is looking amazing at the moment. Obviously, very early stages of a new season. You feeling good?
Yeah, feeling good. Yeah, I'm really happy with where my game is. You know, I took a bit of time off at the end of last year, and it's really sort of helped me. You know, I've come out and you know, the game's in good shape, and I played well last week. I've continued that this week, and hopefully I give myself another chance to win at the weekend.
Look, your good friend just introduced you. He's been talking about his golf game there, but your opportunity to tell us about his golf game. How good is he?
He's actually very good. We first played together in Toronto about 4 years ago, and from then until now, he's much improved. He really is, and I was impressed with him in the Pro-Am on Wednesday, and I think he's a bit hard on himself. He says he's not that good, but he does have a bit of talent there, and a couple little tweaks here and there, and obviously he's not going to get a chance to play that much. He's on tour, and he's going to be a busy boy for the next 18 months. But you know, once he gets out on the golf course, he does pretty well.
Thanks for doing this for us this evening. Rory McIlroy is with us. Take your place, Rory, if that's okay. We have been running a competition over the last couple of weeks and months to give one lucky competition winner the opportunity to come up here and get a couple of tips from Rory and, of course, our special guest. So, time now to introduce the winner of the Amiga Constellation Clinic competition. Please make some noise for Arjun Gupta. So Arjun's here, joining us live on stage.
+1. +1.
Well done to you, Arjun. Congratulations. Competition winner. How are you feeling? A little bit nervous, maybe?
Yeah.
Just a little bit, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, look, we're going to create even more nerves for you because, first and foremost, you know that you're here to get a few tips from some of the best. But I understand Rory has got a little something for you, some clubs maybe that he would like to present to you. Is that right, Rory?
Yeah, the clubs are here, exactly. Here you go, Arjun. It's a brand new set of tailor-made clubs, hopefully to your spec. If not, I'm sure we can figure that out. But congratulations, I hope you use them well. And hopefully they help you shoot some lower scores.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rory, thanks very much indeed to you. It's over to you now, Rory, if you wouldn't mind, to give a few tips to our competition winner here.
Yeah, of course.
On the stage.
Yeah, no problem. Arjun, if you want to get a club there and start hitting a few balls, and I'll hopefully I don't think you need that. Yeah.
So what you've chosen there, Arjun, what have you taken?
7.
Taking the 7, okay.
Need to warm up.
So a little bit of a warm-up from Arjun.
Yeah. How far do you usually hit your 7-iron?
In the air, 160.
Okay. Good. Perfect. So I think the target is just that floodlight. That floodlight out there in the distance. Watch out.
I think I'm going to leave.
That floodlight there. That was very good. That was really good. What are you working on at the minute?
I usually have like a very outside takeaway and then I drop it back in, so it's a bit more neutral.
And that's your usual shot shape is a little draw?
Yeah.
And you like that?
I would like to hit it straighter.
Okay. Okay.
Niall, let's get your thoughts on that swing. Fairly impressed?
It's incredible.
Yeah.
How old are you, Arjun?
That's really good.
How old is he?
How old are you?
13.
13?
Yeah.
Plays off +1.
Yeah, that's impressive. So your swing pattern is quite like mine. Sometimes I get a little bit on the outside and I start to drop it in. So one thing I like to do is from so my first thought is hands in and club out. So I try to keep my hands going back in a straight line. My back of my left hand just pushes away straight, and then feel like that. And then from there, you can fold your right elbow and get the club up on the plane. So sometimes what I like to do is if I just go to there, so like a little rehearsal, and then I swing from there. So do you want to try that just as a little drill? Yeah, exactly. And then from there up and then hit it. Okay. It's a good little drill.
I start here?
Yeah, so basically, so just, you don't even have to go that far, even just the first 2 feet there, and then you go.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah. Try that again.
The advice paying off there. Paige watching on with interest here as well. Any hints? Any advice you can give?
I think he should give me a lesson next. Yeah, it's a great swing. It's really cool to see young golfers get into the game. That's something we're really passionate about. We'd love for everyone out there to start to play golf, and it's something we're all really passionate about.
For sure. Arjun's doing pretty well over here. This is pretty good. Do you want to try and hit one the other way? You want to try and hit a fade?
Yeah. Fade.
Nearly. Yeah, that's just the path matches up with the face, and then that one's the one that goes right. So what I sometimes like to do, trying to hit a fade, so obviously you're trying to aim your body left, but for me, because you tried to open the club face there, right? So keep the club face square, or even close it a little bit, and then just try and swing everything left of the face. So just feel like, just think about swinging left. Everything goes left, but try and keep the club face square.
All right.
So square it up a little bit. So try to square it up there, right? And then feel like on the way down, you're almost like your hands are trying to hit your left leg. Nearly. Getting there.
I take that.
Weird.
So, for example,
couple more?
let me hit one just to try to show you. So if you look here from me, like I'll have this club face here looks a little closed, right?
Yeah.
But if I just try and swing hard left and open my body, this should still have a little bit of left to right on it.
Come on, where's the round of applause? Come on.
Way. So it's almost like from here, you're this way, and then
Tough
you'll
crowd.
be able to get that. You want to try one? Better. There you go. This is more neutral. That feel okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good?
Happy with that?
He's
Well,
pretty
I think
good.
we've got-
He doesn't need much. Doesn't need much at all. I think whoever's coaching him at the minute's done a really good job.
Well, look at that. You've got a vote of confidence from a former world #1 over there. Arjun, do you want to hit one more for us? And, of course, a huge, big cheer from the crowd as it sails down the driving range. Nailed it.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Well done.
Arjun
Good
Gupta,
job.
thank you very much
Good
indeed to
swing.
you.
Well done.
Congratulations,
Good luck
our
with
competition
everything.
winner.
Well done.
Arjun, thanks very much indeed for joining us. You come on over here, take your position there. Now, Rory has very kindly agreed to stick around to give somebody else a few pointers as well. Paige,
Start
I'll ask
again.
you to join to join Rory over there, because Paige and Rory are going to, well, give a little lesson to Niall, if that's all right. Not that you need a
All
lesson.
right.
So basically, we're going to start from square one.
Start from square one. Well, what I saw on Wednesday was pretty good. So,
Right.
so obviously we had a little back and forth on text. Niall sent me a swing last week, getting ready for here.
Yeah.
And I actually thought it looked pretty good. And what you were saying is you're getting it a little bit behind you.
Behind there, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get a little more up.
Aye, yeah.
Just hit a couple just to warm up, and then we'll.
I'm not nervous at all.
No.
No. No reason to be either.
No.
No.
Not at all.
See that, Arjun? That's what he was talking about.
That's that left or right one.
I just do that. That's what happens when I don't think about it.
I think my biggest tip would be to just have slow hands.
Oh, Paige.
Looks pretty good.
I prefer to be able to hit the draw, to be honest.
Oh, do you want to try to hit a draw?
Yeah.
Because where the position you get the club in at the top, it should be easy for you to hit the draw. Really?
It's not that easy.
Okay. All right.
Right, so what do I need to do?
I'm going to get a little bit in front of the camera here for a minute. Sorry. So set up to it. Okay, so just pull your right foot back a little bit.
That much?
Yep, perfect. And then basically feel like you're swinging out this way.
Okay.
Like,
With a square club face?
yeah, with a square club face.
Right.
Oh,
Then. We go again.
yeah. So if you imagine the golf ball as a clock face, you're
Yeah.
trying to hit it on like the 4 or the 5.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
Look at that.
That's pretty good.
That was good.
I mean, the wind's coming from the left, so it is hard to hit the draw. But that looked pretty good.
That's if you're bad at golf. It is. We'll go again.
I know that's going to look really good
Really
on top
good.
of it. That's good there.
Yeah, well, that flag has been peppered for all the wrong reasons. Trying to hit a draw here.
That's good.
That
looks good. I mean, I wouldn't just work on that. Do you want to hit any drivers? Do you want to hit any longer clubs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get your driver.
We're going to go to another club. Let's get a quick word with Paige whilst we're waiting for that club. I mean, we've got many youngsters out there who will be inspired to take up the game. What's the advice you give to youngsters? What's the most common mistake that youngsters make in the game of golf these days?
I think when people get into golf, they are either pressured into it or their parents want them to play. And then just have fun with it. Go out there, try to meet friends, and really enjoy it. It's such a great game, and it's going to help you so much in life. And obviously, Niall likes golf, so if you play golf, right?
Exactly, Paige. Tell you what.
Look at that.
Losing that one, right? That usually doesn't happen. We'll do that again. Cheers, thanks for the vote of confidence. I need everything I can get.
Oh, there's your draw.
Bit of a hook.
A little bit. So I would say here the ball's a little bit too far forward.
Right.
So if you were to try and move it back a little bit so that there you go.
There?
So then you'll be able to attack the ball from the inside then, and then you should be able to get that draw you're looking for.
Okay. But do you like because obviously I was telling you that I like to keep the face square.
Yeah.
We kind of open myself up, but that's probably not a good thing.
That's fine. That's what I do with my driver because it feels like you give yourself more room then. Like when you turn behind it, then you can open yourself up and like feel like you can really sit down the line.
And is there anything I tend to get, like on impact, I tend to get a bit like that?
Yep, so that's...
Obviously I want to drop my shoulder a little bit.
So you feel like you get sort of trapped?
Yeah, and hence the fact that sometimes I lose it right.
I think that's because your lower body doesn't work enough. Right. I think if you were to do that creates room here.
So send this first.
So basically, like think of your left knee getting out of the way first.
Okay. We'll try that. Sky that one. Maybe a bit too much.
But yeah, just feel like that left knee, once you're there, get that out of the way, and then that'll get it in a better position for you. And you won't feel as trapped then.
Okay.
You know, so...
By the way, me and Rory have been through this 1,000 times. And it still doesn't work. I can't do it.
Right elbow, right pocket.
We've had a few interesting golf lessons over the years. Some we can't mention.
There you go.
That was good.
No? What? What's wrong with that?
I want to do that.
I know, but the wind is going left to right. That was probably a nice draw in calm conditions.
So Niall's a really good golfer. So what they're basically trying to explain is that there's usually like a straight shot, then there's a fade which goes to the right, and then there's also a draw that goes left. So Niall wants it to start right and work left. Most people like a draw because it goes a little farther with their driver.
So we're halfway through
Well
the
explained.
Rory McIlroy Masterclass. Niall's getting advice from Rory. Have you got any advice for Niall?
Like that.
No.
Yeah.
None?
No. I need as much help as I can get.
His best.
Just try your best, apparently.
I'll take that. Not too much that time. So how do I separate the bottom half from the top half?
So, wait a minute.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. This'll draw. So for me, what I like, once you get to the top, like it's almost like you pause for a split second, and then you let your lower body go first, and that gets it into a good position where you can then attack it from the inside. So for me, when I'm at the top here, it's not really because I think what happens, you go a little bit laterally, and then you get this way. So if you try and almost stay. You still have to transfer your weight, but it's more of a turn. And as I said, get that left knee out of the way so then you have the room to clear and then release it down the line and hit the draw.
Must be that wind.
Something
Just like that.
I told you, it is the wind.
Right, let's get one more from you, Niall. Let's see how that one comes off the driver. Quick, final couple of pieces of advice from the crowd out here. Who's got advice for Niall? You've got some advice. Where's Niall?
Can Niall give me a high five?
Not at the moment, he can't. Look.
I'll be there in a minute.
Any advice?
No, just try your best.
Quite right, too.
Yeah, it's more that way. It's more so there, and then it's like get that left hip, left knee out of the way. There you go.
And then,
Hang on.
Yeah.
let me try that. This might not look good in camera, but we'll give it a go anyway. It's a lesson after all. This is where I make the mistakes. You don't hear that very often, do you?
So there's the last shot. Last piece of advice. Yes, what is it?
Yeah,
Niall, I love you. Try your best. You're amazing.
There we go. That's all you need. You've got the crowd on board. Ladies and gentlemen, boys
Well done.
and girls,
Well done.
put your hands together for our very special student, Niall. Well done to you, Niall.
Thank you. Cheers,
Rory,
Yes.
score out of 10 for your new student.
9.8.
9.8. I'll take that. Hey, take that any
that.
day. Niall, congratulations. Well done. Right, now your opportunity, Niall, because Rory is very kindly going to give us a demonstration. So, Paige, Niall, I'm going to ask you, please, to commentate on this one. And, Rory, have you got any particular club you want to start with?
I've got a 6-iron in my hand, so that's the club I usually practice with when I'm working on my swing. So I'll start with that, and then I'll work my way up.
Who in this crowd plays golf? Raise your hand.
Yes.
Okay, fair
Quite a
amount. I like
That's
it.
what we're talking about.
What's everyone want to see?
You've got one of the best golfers on the planet in front of you.
Do you wanna
I would choose your
see
questions very wisely.
Do you want to see a high shot or a low shot?
Low.
Low. I wish I was in the crowd now. I'd be shouting. Low stinger.
Okay,
Do a
perfect.
li-
Stinger.
Yeah, there you
Low,
go. Low stinger.
Low stinger.
Ooh.
It's a beautiful game when it's done like that.
Rory, what's the one tip you'll give to someone that's maybe struggling with the game? I know you play a lot of pro-ams, and like an easy fix.
I mean, and this is probably really boring, but I think if people would play within themselves and learn their limitations a little bit and not go for too much. I mean, if I were to caddy for any member here at Emirates Golf Club or caddy for Niall, I feel like I could shave 4 or 5 strokes off the round easily just by course management and sort of. And that's a boring answer,
Play to your
but it
strengths.
really is. What's that?
Play to your strengths type
Yeah,
thing.
play to your strengths. Sort of play away from your weaknesses a little bit, but yeah, I always see people they think they can hit their 7-iron 170 yards when really maybe 1 in 10 times they'll go 170. So, you know, if
Like
it goes,
the guys who stand on the tee and they're like, oh, I usually hit 360 and it goes like 240.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like that's why you have 14 clubs in your bag, because, you know, if it's not a 7, it's a 6, it's fine. So,
Fair enough.
yeah.
What's your favorite club to hit?
Driver.
For
I
obvious
like
reasons.
the driver. I'll hit a high one here, so I hit the low one.
Obviously, as you know, as you see in many pro-ams as well, you'll always see that a lot of amateur players hit what I just do,
Yeah.
which is the left to right fade, I should say. Is there any particular thing within the swing path that?
Yeah, so I think
Setup-wise, actually.
what amateurs do, they get to the top of their swing and they're so anxious to hit the ball that the first thing they do, like, throw themselves at it, and then the club goes out, and then obviously the right shoulder goes forward, and then that's when they get the cut because the club's coming from outside in. So if I were to say again what I was saying to you, if it's almost at the top of your swing, like you just have a split-second pause, and then it lets your hands drop into a proper position instead of a sort of throw out this way because you're trying to hit the ball so hard. So sometimes what I'll do as well as a little drill, I'll go to the top and then have a half a second pause, and then I'll start down again. It's good for just rhythm.
And would you say that that's what works so well for, say, Matsuyama, for instance?
Yeah,
who-
like
who
someone
takes
like a
that pause?
Matsuyama, I mean, he does it to the extreme.
Yeah, obviously.
But I think that's why he's such a good ball striker as well, because he gets to the top and he gets in a really strong position, and he gives himself that time to get the club and get the hands in the right position going forward, and obviously his results speak for themselves.
Fair enough.
We've seen a low one, we've seen a high one, we've seen some great shots from Rory. Crowd, what shots would you like Rory to pull out the bag for us? Any particular shots?
Driver, and get the driver.
You want to see this man hit driver.
The magic driver.
There we
Okay,
go.
the demand for the driver.
Don't have any holes. Okay, what shot with the driver?
As hard as you can hit it.
Okay.
I want to see it hit
Safely.
that building there.
Safely, yeah.
Hit that building at the back of the range.
Oh, there's your draw. Oh,
Rory, is there
Try that
anything
again.
in particular that, you know, when you're going after it
yeah.
and you need to hit your longest drive, is there anything in particular you think, or do you just go to the extreme?
So if anything, if I'm going to hit it really hard, I'll give myself a bit of a wider base, so I'll probably put my feet a little bit further apart. And then from there, I really just think about, on the way back, low and slow, because I feel if you try to hit it hard from the start, like you'll probably lose energy on the way back down. So it's almost like a gradual build-up of power, and obviously you want everything delivered at the golf ball. So, for example, like it would be sort of low, slow, and then sort of explode down.
Oh, come on, Dubai, you can do better than that. Give him a blink. Cheer.
How many times in your round do you hit it full speed compared to controlling shot?
I actually feel more comfortable hitting it full out. I feel like with the driver, if you start to ease off on it, you start to guide it a little bit, and you can lose it left and right. So pretty much full speed with the driver every time I hit it. But that's what, maybe 10 times around.
Okay.
And then everything else is a little more controlled.
God almighty.
Jeez.
Melted that.
So do you ever get nervous anymore on the first tee? Or
Yeah, first tee. I always get nervous on the first tee. Last week I was very nervous. I hadn't played a golf tournament in 4 months, which was quite a long time for me. And yeah, I was a little nervous the first couple of holes. It probably took me 2 or 3 holes to just settle into my round and sort of concentrate on what I'm supposed to be doing. But yeah, I mean, I think it's natural to get nervous.
How do you handle it? 'Cause I know, I mean, I'm sure everyone here.
Yeah, I think different people handle situations different ways, but for me, if I try to block out everything else around me and just try and really focus on the process and what I'm doing, and I've actually got a couple of little key words like stitched into my yardage book, and I sort of just look at those all the time, and that just helps me remember what I'm supposed to do, and just like little trigger words.
Yeah.
And that helps a lot. Just sort of calms me down.
Fair enough.
Niall, you caddied for Rory back in 2015.
Very badly, yeah.
What advice did you give him?
I
around that Masters? Masters?
was just there. and I kept asking why the bag was so heavy. And it turned out that his caddy had filled it up with about 45 bottles of water. But yeah, we had a great day that day. Always a good laugh. Oh, Roars. We see a high draw, Roars.
Yes. That used to be an easy shot for me, not so much anymore, but I will try.
What do you see the biggest difference between M2 and what are you playing with now? M4?
M3.
M3.
So obviously, I think with the twist face technology, the speed in the driver, I would miss it usually on the heel of the club, and that. So I've just sort of felt like the ball speed with the M2 might have dropped 3 or 4 miles an hour, but with this it might only drop like 1 mile an hour. So even a strike off the heel is still going a long way. Okay, high draw. Need this off the 18th tee tomorrow.
Yep.
Little draw.
That's all you need.
Little one.
That's all you need.
We've got time for a couple more shots. Any particular shots that anyone would like to see Rory pull out? A 2-iron.
Huh?
They want to see a 2-iron.
I'll hit
You,
a
got,
big.
you
I'll
don't
hit
have a
big
2-iron
cut.
here, do you, Rory?
I'll go hit a big cut here.
Oh, driver off the deck.
Driver off the deck.
Driver
yeah, I'll
off the
try.
Yeah. Driver off the deck.
Yeah, this wouldn't be. I'll try.
I've already called Taylor Made.
Oh. Let's see.
Oh, look at that.
That is.
I don't think you guys realize how impressive that is. You need to give him like a real round of applause here. Yeah.
Thank you.
Right, we've got time for one more. So this
All
is
right,
it.
one
So come
more.
on, Dubai,
Driver
make
off
some
the
noise
deck.
for Rory McIlroy. Huge thanks to
My God.
our man Rory McIlroy. Put your hands together for the one, the only Rory McIlroy. Rory, bless
Thank you. Thank you.
All three of you, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks so much indeed. You've got plenty of fans down there, I'm sure, who will be wanting your time, but we appreciate all your time here today. Have you been inspired to play yet more golf again, Niall, from what you've seen here today?
Yeah, of course. If I could play all the time, I would, and I'd be a lot better golfer for it. But yeah, I appreciate Rory's time. You know, he's one of the best in the world and a good friend of mine. So the more tips I can get off him, the better. So yeah, that's been fun.
All the best with the new album. We appreciate your
Thank you.
time here in Dubai and tonight as
Thanks
well.
very much.
Paige, lovely to have you here. You were talking about nerves earlier on as well. Any nerves as the first female official starter on the European Tour this week?
Yeah, I was really nervous. The first time I announced, my hands were shaking and I was terrified. Then I realized that they're playing golf and I'm just saying their names, so it made me less nervous.
we had a bit of a laugh in the lounge in there. We were talking about some of the pronunciation of some of the different names. So
They started to mess with me. I would ask the name, how to say it, and then I'd hear one thing, then I'd hear another thing, then I'd hear another thing, and he was just messing with me the whole time, saying like the worst possible way to say their name, and I think I did say it. Yeah,
probably did at some
probably.
stage.
Well, one name that's been on our lips is that man alongside us as well. All the best on the remainder of round 2 tomorrow and
Thank
the rest
you.
of the tournament.
Thank
and
you
of
very
course,
much.
2018 as well. It's great to see you back here in Dubai. This is a place that's very dear to your heart, isn't it, Dubai?
It is, yeah. I've actually lived here. This has been my official residence for the last 4 years, so I know this place really well. I've spent 2 or 3 months a year here for the last, since I can remember. My first Desert Classic was back in 2006, 12 years ago. So I've been coming here a long time. I really love Dubai, and I'll continue to come back.
Thanks so much for your time. I know you're a busy man. To all
Thank
three
you.
of you as well. There's the crowd. Our thanks to each and every one of you. More T-shirts coming your way with the Bleach shirt, Reed shirt. Thanks very much indeed to Omega and all the team at the Dubai Desert Classic. And one final time, Dubai, make some noise for Rory, Paige and Niall. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. There we go.
Awesome.
All right.
Cool.